And we are live. Hello, guys, and welcome back to Fox to Fox Report after a long week of international break. A lot of good things. Madison playing his first English cap, senior cap, Tete scoring goals in his last match for Zambia, and Harry Suter. I was able to watch his match against Ecuador last week. Solid performance. Solid performance. And that's to say, Ecuador, they have fast players. And him, he's not necessarily that fast, but he's strong and he knows how to put his stance. So, first things first, going into the comments, Chester Leicester, how's it going? Palace are a team who can't hit the target to save their life. Welcome, Leicester, who will probably let them have 32 shots in the first half. I have faith this time, though. Yes. Always when it comes to international break, a time to reflect, to see what we can improve on. And typically, we perform, for some reason, a little bit more better in the first game coming back from international duty. So, going into, this pre-match review, from what we saw against Brentford, first half, horrible. So, going into Chester Leicester's comments, how he said Leicester will probably let them have 32 shots in the first half. Yeah, typically all season long, the first half, we always just have no reaction. We can't, play right. We can't hold our lineup. Our formation just goes down the drain. We're just tracking back. We're losing the ball. We're too high up, above the pitch, and we can't drag back in time. But we have to improve that. But then in that match against Brentford, in the second half, much better performance. A lot of things that we realized that shouldn't happen, like Vardy coming on when there's like 30 minutes left in the match. Frankly, you'd think Vardy would come on and do something, but he has not been doing anything in recent times. He hasn't been that, player like you would think, he's coming on second half, fresh legs, but nothing, no effectiveness whatsoever. In that match against Brentford, it was Kelechi Iheanacho, the one to come on. Much stronger, pacey a bit at times, but certainly has that hunger to get the ball, hold off defenders, take shots. Certainly, if he had come on, we probably would have got something. Mike Davis, how's it going? Final score, Eagles 1, Foxes 3. Yeah, we never know. Crystal Palace is a tough team always against Leicester. You have Zaha, skillful player, have a lot of fast wingers from Crystal Palace as well as midfielders. You have Eze, you have Olise, if I'm saying that right. Pacey players. Now, they haven't won any matches in the past 13 fixtures, so certainly not great for them. They have sacked their manager, Patrick Vieira, who I believe is a great manager. Certainly, if he were to come to Leicester, I perhaps would accept it. I think he's a good manager. But now going backtracking to Roy Hodgson. That is something that was quite interesting. To think Roy Hodgson was with Crystal Palace, wasn't doing well. It was about time, he hang up his whistle and now no longer, not really think of him going into that managerial position anymore, kind of retiring from there. But no, he comes back to Crystal Palace. So I don't know if that's a good thing for us or a good thing for Crystal Palace. Mike Davis, what's he say? Scorers. He says scorers matters, KDH and Jamie Vardy. I go with the first two, but Vardy, like I said, has not been doing, frankly, anything all season long. I don't know how many matches. Well, the last match was in the Carabao Cup where he scored, but that's pretty much it. Not really against a Premier League side. So I can't say Vardy will do anything. He had his chance really against Brentford. We thought he would do well, but he didn't. So first, going into the news updates coming into this match against Palace. Let me just go ahead and share that. So Leicester City are unbeaten in the 7 Premier League meetings with Crystal Palace. Yes. So the last time we lost against Crystal Palace over at Selhurst Park was back in 2018, December 2018. A very long time, but for some reason I think that I don't know why do I feel like we lost to Crystal Palace sometime, not so long ago. But it's been about, doing my math right, 6 years since we've 7 years since we lost to Crystal Palace over at Selhurst Park. But yes, certainly it is a team that we necessarily do not beat. We always draw. Always, for some reason, we tend to not do anything in the first half with Palace and then somehow come back, but it's too late. Or we're ahead of Crystal Palace by 2 goals. I think this was last season. We were winning 2-0 over at Selhurst Park, and then we let them score 2 more. We let them tie it up 2-2 in the second half. So, yeah, it's either we're winning, they catch up, or we're losing, then we catch up. But either way, it is, too late to do anything about it. What else? Like I said, Crystal Palace are currently in the 13-match winless streak. Wilfred Zaha failed to score. I can't say that he's not going to score against us. Maybe. Skillful player. But yeah, either or, both of us are in that relegation battle. 9 places. Between, 4 to 5 points from the bottom 3. It's going to be 1-1 final stretch for any of those sides in the bottom 9. But yeah, it's very crazy to think, on paper, we have the players, but yet we are just dragging ourselves to where we are now. 17th place. I think a point, just a single point above the bottom 3. Now, this match certainly will determine whether we stay there or we go down. To come in and beat Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, that's something that I necessarily cannot say will happen, can happen. I can't, because we don't have that consistency to say that we've been playing well. Before the World Cup, I perhaps would say we could beat Crystal Palace, but we can't. We can't. I don't see it. Now, we have our moments, yes, but it's all just to see what happens tomorrow, what Leicester side turns up, what Crystal Palace side turns up. Typically, when you have a new manager come on, the team performs better. So it's perhaps the perfect time for Crystal Palace to come on and play us with their new manager. Obviously, the players wanting to impress. Roy Hodgson coming on. So we may be in for quite some stir. Mike Davis, what's he say? Forget the stats. We win this fixture. City go down? No way. Hopefully not. I love the enthusiasm, and I want half of me thinks so as well. We're gonna stay. We are a good side, but we just can't be surprised if we lose. I'll be honest with you. The first half of this season, I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to say we're going to, stay here for the rest of the season. No, we're going to climb back up to the top 10. But as we see matches against Blackburn, we lost. That was a match where we could have won, even though it wasn't Premier League, but we could have won. We let so many opportunities just slip on us. Other matches in the Premier League that we could have won, but we frankly just sat back and didn't do anything. Like the match against Brentford, what was the first match of the Premier League season? We could have won that one. So many things. Fulham, we could have beaten, but we didn't because we just weren't there mentality. But anyways, going into, like I said, with the starting 11 that we had against Brentford, I think we should stick with that. I am no way going to be putting in Vardy because he has not done anything in the past, pretty much all season long. But going into that starting 11 that we had against Brentford, we went with the 4-2-3-1. Now, I'd say we start Daka and Clichy and Nacho together, but who is going to come on those last 30 minutes and do something effective? Not Vardy. Sadly, I am a huge Vardy fan. I have him right here on the back of this jersey, but I will be honest, he has not been doing anything. So I prefer having Patson Daka up top start, and then later on, we bring on Clichy Nacho or vice versa. Clicinacho starts and then Daka, but certainly Daka will need that more support when it comes to playing up top alone, because he cannot necessarily be on the top at the top alone, because he frankly, gets shrugged off. But in the second half against Brentford, we did see Madison press up a little bit higher with Daka, which led to the goal with Harvey Barnes. So maybe we can work something out. But if you ask me, I'm going with this formation of 4-2-3-1. Now, there will be some changes that I would like to see in this formation. So going into this little FIFA lineup stimulator, we'll put in, I want to say, here's the question. So would you put in Danny Ward or Everson? Though Everson played a match where we ended 1-1, a draw, his positioning was still, in my opinion, a little bit off. So, would you prefer Ward or Everson? Put it in the chat. I heard Ward played a great match for Wales, but I can't. No. I'll have to put Everson. We should give him a chance. He played his first match. It was a draw. Why not? We'll put in Everson. Now, good news is that Christensen is back. Hopefully. We saw him in training. Looked perfectly fine to us. Didn't travel with Denmark. So I am 99% sure that he is back to full strength and will start against Crystal Palace. So let's put in Christensen. Where is he? Am I spelling his name right? Christensen. Where is he? Is it Christensen? Oh, Christensen. What the? I'm spelling his name wrong. Give me 1 second. Oh, it's right here. Sorry about that. There we go. And that's how you spell his name. Interesting. All right. Well, he's not on the FIFA card for some reason. That is very, very odd. Okay. Well, we'll pretend this is Christensen right here, but we all know, what I mean. But in the back line, Wout Faes was playing well as well for Belgium. So without a doubt, we'll put him in the center back role. Johnny Evans is back as well, but would you start him over Daniel Amartey? Maybe, because the back line was pretty solid against Brentford, in my opinion. But I don't know. Let's put Evans on. Evans necessarily hasn't done anything bad whenever he's played. And then, of course, on the right side, we'll put in Ricardo, because I think Ricardo has been playing very well since he's gotten back. That leaves the two defensive midfielders, Wilfred Ndidi, who I have been writing off, frankly, recently, has been improving. So I definitely will have him there. Wilfred Ndidi. Where is he? Right here. Wilfred Ndidi. And then we'll put in Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. So. All right. So Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Up top, I'll include Daka. 1 second. And then Harvey Barnes and Tete take the right or the left and right side. And Tete also played a good match. Can't say he hasn't. He played a good match against Brentford. Hopefully that that continues, and we see more of that. He had some chances in the second half as well. And of course, Madison, without a doubt, you got to play him. So this is the starting 11 that I want to see against Crystal Palace. Begins with Everson at goal. Christensen, I know that's not him, but I couldn't find his card. Faz, Evans, Ricardo Pereira, that back line. Defensive midfielders, Wilfred Ndidi, KDH, middle, Madison. But I prefer he pushes up a little bit higher to support Daka. Left side, Harvey Barnes. Right side, Tete. Let me know your opinions all on this starting formation for tomorrow's match against Crystal Palace. Doug, how's it going, man? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, let me know your opinions regarding this formation. Mike Davies, Daka and Var to start up front. As you see here, I prefer Daka than Vardy. And you also want to go with a 4-5-1. Possibly. Yeah, definitely. Maybe that could work. A little bit more support in the midfield and also with KDH, with Madison, Barnes, Tete. That, frankly, might do us something. And, yeah, Crystal Palace. Oh, no. What do you say? Later, got to prep dinner. Take good care. All right. See ya. But, yeah, that is the formation that I want to see. Now, some setbacks with Tielemans. He will be out for a couple of more weeks. That's what Brendan Rodgers said in his press conference. He will be, weeks could mean 3, 4, 5. I don't think it's 1 or 2, a couple of weeks. And frankly, we don't have that much time. So it's kind of just more so shifting to who will permanently take care of that position other than Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, who will be that replacement in the second half, when there's like 30 minutes left to come on for that rest of the season, because Tielemans, frankly, will not be returning. I don't think so. But yes, that is pretty much all I have for this pre-match review, other than now going to my prediction. If we're going to win, I don't see us winning by more than 1 goal. It's going to definitely be a hard match. When we won against Crystal Palace back in 2019, that was tough. Those goals came on in the second half. Selhurst Park is a very tough place to play. And just where we are right now, our situation just makes it even tougher. So like I said, if we're going to win, we win by 1 goal. I say 2-1. 2-1 will be my prediction for tomorrow's match. Let me know your predictions. Leave it all in the chats, comments, and also, if you have done so already, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. But that's all I have. I will tune in, or I will be on after the match against Crystal Palace tomorrow. So stay tuned for that post-match review. Hopefully, it will be me talking about our victory, or at least a point. Hopefully. All right, guys, that's all I have. Take care. See you soon. And let's go, Leicester.